It's Week 9 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Dalton Schultz. He was terrific in last week's game, putting together a 131-yard showing. It's the Packers and the Lions, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they're led out, CD, by the rookie out of Nevada, author of nearly 10,000 passing yards in only 3 seasons there. It's Carson Strong.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. To throw on second down. Strong. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Strong. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Off play action. Strong. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here are the Packers now with great starting field position. Leading them out in his 2nd season now out of Stanford. Here's Davis Mills.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Mills now. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Butker's kick here is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From the end zone is Smith-Marsette, and he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase in.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Looking to throw on second down. Strong. And he fires one incomplete.
They've got man coverage on the outside. And what's gotten from his DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. The numbers for him from a week ago. 18 carries, 67 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They're going to run the jet sweep. It's Cobb with it. And he'll take this one down to the 36. From the 36, Mills. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Mills to throw it. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Butker's kick here is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Now, first carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On third down, Strong. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On third down, here's Mills. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40. Swift going to try up the middle. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris. On second and 9, Mills. Flushed out right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. To throw, Mills. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mills. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he's brought down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit in the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and goal. Mills. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. They'll run with Swift. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now stands at 13. So that drive spans 13 plays, and the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Strong. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
How about the timing on that one? Well, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, Strong. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. To throw on 2nd down, Strong looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Strong. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
Well, he has been the featured receiver on this drive. They've looked his way a number of times. Why not get it to him on third down? And they do. And they're able to keep this drive moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Strong. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kayvon Thibodeaux providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now to take over. They're trying to get back on track following the loss to Buffalo a week ago. But the good news, they've got the lead right now here in the football 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. On 2nd and 10, Mills. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. An update over in Soldier Field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Arik Armstead, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Off the play fake. Strong. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Strong. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Tress Way now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Ooh, with a juke. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dalton Schultz and the rest of this offense set to begin another possession. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that time and change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. This offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Side by Adams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st and 10, Strong. That's taken in by Smith-Marsette. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. And it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A run with his second-year man. That's Ramondre Stevenson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Strong. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. One more time with Jacobs. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Strong. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Davante Adams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Lions are back within a score. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now Mills. And this is going to be incomplete. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
3 and out. Fourth down.
Pulled in at the 24. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Strong. Slant to Adams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Completes it to Austin. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Strong. Flush to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eric Armstead. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Strong. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Strong. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. Mills on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. That's complete to Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Some think the team's really going to throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On first and 10, Mills. He'll buy some time right. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Again, it's Mills. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. That third down conversion good for 23. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10. Down at the 33. Mills. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. On play action, Mills. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Randy Gregory, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Randy Gregory drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down.
That's exactly what they were looking for come down to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's taken in by Dulcich. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yards, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off play action. Strong. And that is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, Swift. And he stopped immediately there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. Looking to throw. Strong. Austin is there and brings in another one. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
What's not cool about the game there on second down? That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now second and 4. Back to throw. Strong, quick throw, finding Dulcich. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Strong loses it on the hit, but I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. Fortunate to get that football back, as trailing here in the second half. Last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Looking to throw. Strong. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Strong. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth. The kick by Sanders is good, and that's going to tie us at 13. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second and 11 now, Mills. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
What you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing just outside his own goal line. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he gets it down to the 32.
Holding offense.
That one going against the guard, Andrew Norwell. Looking to throw. Strong. And that is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Strong. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And some room to work.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said, brute strength, force of will.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll try to throw here. Mills. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And they're going to get this down about the 37. Mills now. Forced out to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And here's Ryan Wright now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing to start the drive. Strong. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. To throw on 2nd down. Strong. Eluding. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Kayvon Thibodeaux picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 56 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Swift. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mills. And that's out to the flat for Swift. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. To throw, Mills. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Strong, buying time to his left. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Strong. He hits Adams, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A 1st down there on a pick up the 25.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Throwing on 1st down. Strong. And a dangerous throw there. Incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Again, he'll drop to throw. Austin brings in the quick throw. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he gets it down to the 32. 70 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a 1st down.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and not much running room. Down to the 32. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This for the lead in the final stages. Sanders' kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So the Packers down on the scoreboard. 56 seconds to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Mills. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Now Mills. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. He's got him in, complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Mills looking to throw it. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And we are all tied at 16 apiece. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball that gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Operating from the gun. Strong. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
back to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is. And we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. On 1st down, Strong. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Second down at 4. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Strong. He'll find Smith-Marsette complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 20.
Second down, Jacobs once more. 83 yards on the ground for him so far. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 7.
Back to throw. Strong. And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down.
A 30-yard attempt.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And here's Ryan Wright now on for a very important punt here in overtime. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He'll get this to about the 38. Second down, Jacobs once more. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. To throw on third down. Strong. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Detroit. On the return, here comes Newsome. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
On second and very short, Mills lets it fly deep for Cobb. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes his legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
2nd and 2.
Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to win it in overtime. And it's off the left upright. Oh my goodness, heartache. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. With this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Oh,
It looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Strong. That's taken in by Smith-Marsette. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Lions are going to win this game.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for Detroit, they level their mark at 4-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.
She right got me.